Hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you don't already know, my name's Brittnee. I'm a pastry chef and cake decorator. Today I'm going to be showing you how to marble fondant. And if you guys like learning things about cake decorating, baking, and chocolate making, feel free to subscribe. Alright, so to get started, you're going to want to pick out the colors you want to marble together. This month I'm making a Taylor Swift lover themed cake. So this is my inspiration for the colors that I'm going to be marbling together. So I'm going to do like a light purple, a light pink, light blue, and a little bit of yellow. And I'm going to mix that with white. And the colors I'll be using are by Americolor, and they're the soft gel colors. They work really good. They're easy to get out because you can just squeeze them. I'll link some down in the description below if you're interested. So you're going to start by measuring out the amount of fondant you'll need for your cake. Now I'm covering 3 cake dummies today. So I'm going to grab my fondant, which is Satin Ice, and I'm starting with white. I'm grabbing the amount that I'll need, and then I'm going to portion it out and color each section depending on, I don't know, whatever I think I'll need for each color. So I just kind of eyeball the fondant like this, and I don't know, I don't want to run out. I might need a little bit more. I'm using up the rest of this one, and then I bought this big old one today, so I won't run out of fondant for a long time. Okay, let me get the amount of fondant I'll need. Wow, how do you open this? Do I need tools? Oh. Ouch. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I didn't know this was gonna be the workout, although, you know, coloring the fondant is going to be, that's loud. I'm so loud. How am I supposed to get this? I need a scoop or something. Oh, that won't break. Here you go. I've never had this much fondant in my possession before. Okay, ooh, this one's nice and fresh. This one's old. This one's yellow. I don't know. Getting hot in here. Okay. So I'm just measuring out the amount of fondant I'll need to cover this first cake dummy. I'm going to get more than I need. So I think this will cover this cake nicely. So I'm going to portion this out. So I want there to be mostly light pink and almost equal amounts of white, and then a bit of blue, maybe equal amounts white and blue, and then a little more pink than the rest, and then a little bit of yellow and purple. So now I'm just going to take the gel colors and knead them into this, and we'll do that right now. All right, so I've laid down some parchment paper so that the food colors don't stain my countertop, or the landlords might be mad. I'm gonna start with pink. I forgot to mention, if you want to watch a tutorial on how to cover a cake dummy in fondant, I will link that up above. And then let me know in the comments what colors you guys think would look cool marbled together. Man, these are hard to open. Okay, I finally got it open, and sure enough, I spilled it on the counter and it stained. So, and my fingers. I'm gonna take these gloves, should have put these on before, and I'm going to use these to knead so that I'm not staining my hand, even though it's already stained. Also, while I'm kneading this color, I've just put the other ones in a Tupperware so they don't dry out. All right, now, I want it to be light pink, so I'm gonna try not to add too much. I think this is a pretty good pink. So, on to blue. All right, I think I like this blue, so we'll move on to our yellow. All right, I've got a yellow that I like. Our last color is purple. All right, we've got a nice purple. Now it's time to roll out our fondant. I've got my dummy over here. I'm going to put my smoothers over here at the ready. And I have a knife for trimming the fondant I'm also putting over there. I've got my rolling pin and my fondant here. I'm going to coat the clean countertop with a bit of cornstarch to roll the fondant onto. Look how well this matches my shirt, really. You can see my shirt. It's crazy. So we have our colors. You're going to take the colors and make them into like, you know, little like worms. And then you'll put them in order what you want, which ones you want, kind of touching each other because they're going to blend a little bit. So make sure they're nice and warm. And each one is kneaded smooth. I want the purple and the pink to be by each other. So let's see. I want the pink a little warmer. It looks a little dry. I think I want the pink by the purple and a little yellow also by the pink. And then, guys, I've never marbled this many colors together. So I'm gonna put the yellow by the pink. And then I think I kind of want the white to separate the blue from all the other colors. We'll see how this turns out. This is kind of an experiment. Okay, make sure the white's nice and warm. Okay, so you're gonna kind of squish them together and then twist and then fold, kind of squish, twist, stretch, knead a little bit. Just to kind of get them mixing together. Wow, these look pretty mixed. Okay, don't want to get them too mixed or they're gonna start blending. Put a little more cornstarch down, cornstarch. Starch my hands, the rolling pin, and I'm just gonna roll it out. This looks like Play-Doh ice cream. So the front and back might look a little different, so you might want to pick whichever one you like better. Okay, this is definitely marbled, and the white nearly disappeared. So I've learned a little lesson for my next cake. I think I'm going to knead it less and also use less colors. I think I'm going to use more white and less of the colors. That's what I've decided. But let's see. I'm going to just use the rolling pin to measure out to estimate if I have enough fondant. And it looks like I have plenty, so I'm going to cover the cake now. So just lightly roll your fondant onto the rolling pin and then lay it over your dummy. Seal the corners first. like this. And then you can start smoothing and stretching out the bottom to lay nice and smooth. Wow, okay, I actually really like how it turned out. I was a little worried at first that I didn't use enough white, but we'll see how the next one goes. I think I'll try the next one with a little more white just to see the difference, but I actually really like it. I think it looks really pretty. Yay. All right, I'm back for round 2. I've got my colors all colored. I've got my fondant all colored and I've rolled it out, and this time I'm going to do a strip of white, then blue, then white, then pink. Then I put the yellow in between the white and pink and the purple by the pink. So we'll see how this one turns out. I'm kind of manipulating it this time because I want to see the yellow. I want to see all the colors. Like a rainbow, all the colors. You know, that's the theme of this, after all. I'm gonna roll it out like this. See how it turns out. This is a lot of fondant. But my next dummy is tall, so. Wow, it looks so cool already. Oh, I love the different parts and pieces and colors, how they're mixing. Wow, this is so pretty. I'm so excited. All right, look at that. This one I like better than the last one. So I'm going to put it on the cake and I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. All right, I'm just finishing up smoothing this one, and here's how it turned out. These are the colors for my last layer. I'm going to marble some green and white together. So we'll see how this one turns out. Let's give it a little twist and a fold. Twist, fold, kind of smush it together. All right, so here's what this one looks like, and I will put it on the cake and show you how it turns out. All right, and there's how the green and white turned out. Here are all of the finished cakes covered in marbled fondant. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, you know what to do. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more tutorials like this one. If you'd like to learn something else that's sweet, feel free to check out some of my other videos by clicking these thumbnails here. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.